नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रेसेस। हमने टाइप्स ऑफ लोड देखा था, जितने जहाँ पे कितने लोड थे। फर्स्ट लोड इज टेंसाइल लोड, सेकेंड लोड इज कॉम्प्रेसिव लोड, थर्ड लोड इज शियर लोड। ठीक है, तो जितने लोड रहने वाले उतने ही क्या रहने वाले, स्ट्रेसेस क्रिएट होने वाले। तो फर्स्ट लोड क्या था हमारा, टेंसाइल लोड। तो फर्स्ट स्ट्रेस क्या रहेगा, टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस। नाउ उसका सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन देखो कैसा रहने वाला है। सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन में क्या देखो, सिग्मा था, उसका सिंबॉलिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन था सिग्मा मींस हॉरिजॉन्टल सिक्स। बिकॉज ऑफ टेंसाइल वी आर अप्लाइंग T to the base of sigma. ठीक है, तो टेंसाइल इट्स प्रोनाउंसिएशन विल बी टेंसाइल स्ट्रेस। ठीक है, डेफिनेशन। नाउ स्ट्रेस, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ स्ट्रेस? स्ट्रेस इज इक्वल टू force upon area. Stress is equal to force upon cross section area. This is the normal definition of stress, but here is a tensile stress, hence we have to apply tensile stress is equal to tensile force upon cross section area. Now tensile force representation will be, because of force we can denote it as F, because of tensile base of F which is denoted by T, that is called as tensile force, and cross section area it is denoted by A. This is the formula of tensile stress. Formula is same, but here the application of force is tensile force. Okay? Now unit is also same. Now unit of force which is Newton, unit of area which is mm square. So this is the recommended unit we are already discussed in the previous lecture. Okay, this is called as a recommended unit for a stress. Now compressive stress. Compressive stress, the definition is compressive stress is compressive force upon cross section area. Here is only force will be changes, that is in tensile stress tensile force, in compressive stress there is a compressive force. Okay, symbolic representation which is F stand for force, compressive stand for C, cross section area denoted by A. This is the formula for compressive stress. Okay? Now unit is also same, which is recommended unit Newton per mm square. Okay? Newton unit for force, area unit for mm square. Next, third stress which is shear stress. Now shear stress, it is symbolic representation will be sigma stand for stress, shear stand for S. Another symbolic representation which is or, that is called as a Q, small q. Now here is again same, only force will be changes, that is shear force upon cross section area. Shear force upon cross section area. Shear force is denoted by F, shear stand for S, cross section area is denoted by A. It's again unit which is Newton per mm square. Now shear stress is symbolic equation sigma S. Here is also sigma S, or you can also write or small q. Yeah? Small q is equal to Fs of F to the base S whole divided by A. This is the symbolic representation of shear stress, and this is the formula of shear stress. Now unit of shear stress again same, unit of stress which is Newton per mm square. Yeah? So these are the three stresses. First stress which is tensile stress, third stress, second stress will be compressive stress, third stress which is shear stress. Now there is again bending stress which is also occurs. Now that bending stress which is denoted by bending stress, which is sigma stand for stress, bending stand for B. So bending stress is defined as the ratio of bending force upon cross section area. Now sigma B is equal to F stand for force, B stand for bending, A stand for area. Its unit again is equal to Newton per mm square. Okay, so the conclusion is that the unit of stress is same for all types of stresses, either it is tensile stress, compressive stress, shear stress or bending stress. Okay, these are the four types of shear, these are the four types of stresses. Now we have to move toward the strain. What is meant by strain and its type? First of all, we have to define strain. Now, symbolic representation of strain, which is small e. Symbolic representation of strain, which is small e, it is defined as the ratio of change in dimension to the original dimension. Change in dimension to the original dimension. Now, small e is equal to ratio of change in dimension divided by original dimension. Okay, this is the formula of strain. Now it has no unit. Why it has no unit? We discuss in the after some time. In types of strain, there are also different types of strain. First of all, we have to define the strain. Strain is defined as the ratio of change in dimension divided by original dimension. Now, student, we have to discuss the types of strain. Now, first type, which is linear or longitudinal strain, is symbolic representation, which is for strain symbolic representation, which is small e, and for linear symbolic representation, which is to the base to the L. It means L stand for linear, E stand for strain. That is the linear strain. It is related to, means this strain is related to change in length. Means if we are applying tensile force on the part, then the change in length which is occurs. If we are applying compressive load on the part, then the length will be get contracted. Hence, its formula, which is linear strain is equal to ratio of change in length divided by original length. That change in length, which is denoted by symbolic representation, which is delta L. This is called as delta. DELTA, which is called as delta, and suffix which is L, that is called as length. That is delta means delta L, that is called as a change in length, and original length, it is symbolic representation, that is L. Now in previous lecture we already discussed strain has no unit. Why? Because let us consider original length, which is 2 meter, and change in length, which is 2.5 meter. Then what is linear strain? Means that what is the value of linear strain? That is linear strain, which is equal to change in dimension, which is 2.5 meter, divided by original length, which is 2 meter. Now here meter get cancel, and whatever the remaining answer which is comes, hence meter get cancel, hence it has no unit. Because this same quantity are in the same ratio, hence that unit which is cancelled to each other, hence strain has no unit. Okay. Now student, second type of strain, which is lateral strain. So now second type, which is lateral strain, its symbolic representation, which is strain for small e, lateral stand for LA, which is lateral strain. Now it has, in this it has two types. First, which is related to the rectangle, and second, which is related to the circle. Now first of all rectangle, अगर रेक्टेंगल के ऊपर में टेंसाइल और कंप्रेसिव फोर्स अगर लगा रहा तो क्या हो सकता है, रेक्टेंगल के बेड नहीं तो थिकनेस में चेंजेस आना स्टार्ट होगा। तो सेम यहाँ पे भी डेफिनेशन भी वही है, lateral strain for rectangle which is defined as the ratio of change in width, which is defined as the ratio of change in width upon original width or change in thickness upon original thickness, where B is equal to original width and delta B which is equal to change in width. Next, which is thickness, T is equal to, which is called as original thickness, and delta T which is called as change in thickness. Now this is the change in dimension of rectangle with respect to lateral strain. Now in the second type which is circle, अगर आप सर्कल के ऊपर कोई भी फोर्स अप्लाई करेंगे तो सर्कल में क्या होता है, डायमीटर होता है, तो वहां पे क्या होने वाला है, डायमीटर चेंजेस होने वाले हैं। तो सेम lateral strain for circle which is equal to change in diameter upon original diameter, where delta D is equal to change in dia small d which is equal to original diameter. Okay. Now student, third type of strain which is shear strain, it is denoted by phi. It is known as phi. Now let us consider a inclined rectangle or parallelogram. This is fixed to the bottom and side. Okay. Now we are applying force on the top side and bottom side in opposite direction. If we are applying force on the both side, then what will happen? Here first part diagram which is in rigid lines I will draw, and dotted line which is drawn by when we are applying force P, then the dislocation of that parallelogram. This is denoted by dotted line, and from origin point to the next point, what is the angle included in between this? This is called as a shear strain. Okay. Now next topic which is Hooke's law. Now Hooke's law, it states that if a material is subjected to elastic limit, when a material is subjected to elastic limit, then the stress produced is directly proportional to the strain. That is, stress produced when a material in elastic limit, then the stress produced, stress denoted by sigma, is directly proportional to the strain. It is denoted by small e. When we are removing this directly proportional sign, then there is some constant add. That constant is called as a modulus of elasticity or Young modulus. That constant is called modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. Okay. Stress is directly proportional to strain. When a material is subjected to elastic limit, then the stress is directly proportional to strain. If we are removing directly proportional sign, then equal is come and some constant term is come. That constant term is called as modulus of elasticity or Young modulus. Now what is the unit of this modulus of elasticity? Now from formula we can calculate, which is sigma is equal to capital E into small e, which sigma is equal to capital E into small e, So now sigma upon small e which is equal to capital E. Here small e in multiplication with capital E. Here it is in divided. You know basic maths. Now what is the unit of stress? Unit of stress which is Newton per mm square. Recommended unit of stress Newton per mm square. Whole divided by unit of strain. It has no unit. Hence whatever the unit of stress, this is equal to unit of modulus of elasticity. So this is SI unit of E which is equal to is Newton per mm square. Okay, sure. Now next, which is change in length of a material. Change in length of a material. If you have to find out change in length of material. Now from Hooke's law it has small derivation. आपको ये कभी एग्जाम में नहीं आने वाला, सिर्फ आपको अंडरस्टैंड के लिए बता रहा हूँ. We know that according to Hooke's law, which is stress is equal to capital E into small e. So now we know that stress, basic definition of stress, which is equal to force upon area is equal to capital E as it is. Now here I am considering linear stress. Why? Because I want to find out change in length. That's why strain in terms of length. Hence here delta L upon L. Okay. Now small derivation will be there. Here is small l, capital L in the denominator. It is comes in the numerator. This A as it is in denominator. Again delta L it is in numerator. It is also delta L it is in numerator. Here we keep as it is on right hand side. And capital E which is in numerator here comes in denominator. So we got the formula of change in length, that is delta L is equal to PL upon A E. This is the required formula you have to learn.